We were bearish on GBP USD last week, but right now we are considering opening a buy position on GBP USD because the buy setup is ready. What changed, you might ask? I will explain shortly. Welcome to Xtaduk Capital. This is our July weekly Forex analysis, where we analyze the best Forex pairs on our watch list that we believe will be of help to you. We've saved GBP USD for the last, so you should watch to the end of this video. You don't want to miss it. If you want to see more of these videos, subscribe to our channel, turn the notification button, and you'll be notified of our future videos. So now, let's go to the chart. So we'll be starting off this analysis with the Euro USD, okay, and this is 4 hours time frame. So I will take you guys a little bit to the past to show you where we are coming from, so you'll be able to understand where we are headed to. Okay, so if I squeeze this chart a little bit, you notice that there was a sweep of this high, and this was a pullback first before this sweep happened, and the market swept this low as well. Then after moving down, it came back up and broke structure to the upside, creating what we call a strong low here. So as at that time, this was our strong low before this market moved back down as well to take this strong low. So when this low was taken, this becomes a change of character, and immediately this low was taken, this high becomes our strong high, and you can see how this market went to premium and broke structure to the downside again, confirming that this market is very bearish. So after this break of structure, this high will be what we'll consider a weak high, but currently is the most dominant structure now in this market. So this will become our weak low. This is the range we are trading off of. Okay, I plot my fib from start of this range to the low. You can see that this market is below here. This is our discount. Okay, so now for us to sell, because this market, we've identified that Euro USD is bearish, we want Euro USD to come to premium. This is where we'll be looking for our selling opportunities, but currently Euro USD is at discount. So here we'll still want to be looking for what? Buys for this market to get into here before we look for sales. So that means all we will be doing here is look for buys, and currently Euro USD has a nice bullish structure. Okay, so if we are to play Euro USD, we'll be looking for buys on Euro USD because this is a sweep, and the market swept this low as well, then broke structure to the upside, making here an important low, which we'll call internal strong low. But right now, as it stands here, we are anticipating that Euro USD will still push up to this zone where we'll start looking for what? Sales to take the market to the downside. So that is the end of our analysis on Euro USD. Euro USD has a nice bullish structure, but we are not really interested on Euro USD. Euro AUD. Euro AUD is another interesting chart that we'll have on our watch list this week, and we are also looking for buys. We are 50% bullish and 50% bearish, depending on what the market does this week. Let's show you the overall market structure of Euro AUD, then we'll show you how we are looking to get involved in Euro AUD. If I zoom this market a little bit, you can see that this market, it was bearish before. At some point, you can see these lows here. It was breaking structures to the downside, and at some point it started making its way up, sweeping all these highs. Even this one swept all these highs. This was also a break of structure. After sweeping these highs, it made its way down to break structure to the downside as well. So immediately this happens, this high becomes our strong high, and this low currently is our weak low. So now we've identified the overall market structure of Euro AUD. So meaning the overall structure is bearish, but we want to now locate the most current or recent market structure on Euro AUD, so that it will help us determine whether we should be looking for what? Buys or sells going into this week. You can see that this market continued breaking structure to the upside. Meanwhile, if I plot my fib from this point A down to this low, Okay, you can see that Euro AUD is already at our premium where we should be looking for what? Sells. However, this is my internal break of structure. Let me remove this fib too, so the chart will be a little bit cleaner. And there's another break of structure here. So now this is the most recent low in this market, and this is the most recent high. Now this is the most recent structure on this chart. Although the overall time frame is bearish, we don't forget that we are looking for sales, and currently the market is at our premium where we should be looking for sales. But yet the internal structure, the substructure, is still what? Bullish. So we want to play in the direction of the substructure first, because it's the most recent structure the market has created. Until it gets violated, then we'll now follow the pro structure. So now, this being the substructure, you can see that if I point my fib from point A to point B, you can see that since the substructure is still bullish, we are looking for what? Buys. And if we are looking for buys, we should be buying from our discount. So now the market has made its way into our discount. So this will be our demand zone, somewhere here. The market has found its way into our discount. All we're looking for here now is for buy opportunities. We're looking for the market to give us opportunity to get into this position to go to the upside. Okay, but if we do not get the buy opportunities here and the market head on to take out this low, then that means the substructure has realigned with the pro structure. Then we will now shift our bias back to the original trend, which will now be sells. Okay, I will now believe that this market will head down to take out this weak low, but until this low goes, we'll only be looking for buys from here. This setup, we believe, is going to play out this week. Okay, so either the buy or the sell, we believe, is going to play out this week. So this is our second pair on the list. So now we'll be heading to our main pair for the week, okay, which is GBP USD. Welcome to GBP USD chart. So we'll be taking you guys a little bit to the past to show you where GBP USD is coming from, and how we'll come to the conclusion that we want to open GBP USD buys. You can already see that GBP USD broke structure here, even here, and went low to sweep all these lows and head up high again. So this is a sweep, then a break of structure. So this simply means that GBP USD is bullish. Okay, so this becomes our strong low, and this becomes our weak high. So this here will be our demand zone. So now we've identified that GBP USD pro structure is bullish. Let's now get into what the substructure is doing, because we always want to trade alongside the most recent structure. You can see that when this market made its way to this demand zone, it went back up, shifting structure to the upside. So this was after this break of structure here, internal break of structure, the market shifted structure, realigning with the pro structure, but something happened. Okay, you can see that sellers stepped in to push GBP USD to the downside, so causing what? Another break of structure. And this low is supposed to be what? Protected. So now that brings us to this high to be our what? Internal strong high. Okay, and this low to be our internal weak low. So now this to us is the most recent structure, so meaning it's heading to the downside, and this explains why we were bearish on GBP USD last week. Let's show you why we shifted our bias, at least temporarily, to the upside. Now if I plot my fib from point A to point B, you can see that, as you already know, we look for sells from premium and look for buys from discount. So since GBP USD were bearish last week, we waited for GBP USD to make its way to premium, then we'll be looking for sell opportunities here. So you can see that GBP USD has made its way into our premium, but something shifted in the substructure. Now you can see that this market was bullish, it was breaking structure to the upside. This is a substructure inside the substructure. It broke structure here again to the upside. So let me remove my fib 2 first, so the chart will be clearer. you can see that after this break of structure, that this market went low, sweep this low. Okay, swept this low, then made its way to break structure to the upside, meaning that this low is a protected low, and this is the most recent structure now, the most recent substructure on GBP USD, and this coincides exactly with one of our models, our retracement model too. So this means that we are looking to favor the upside. We believe that GBP USD, when it makes its way here, most likely GBP USD will still push up maybe a little bit more into the premium before that sell will happen. So what we'll be looking to do is, most likely on Monday, we'll be allocating capital to GBP USD somewhere here, and we'll simply be targeting this high. Okay, so this is a short-term buy move that we are looking to take on GBP USD next week. But if this setup fails and GBP USD goes down to take out this low, now we'll be anticipating for GBP USD to come back for us to now head to the downside as we originally positioned ourselves to. Okay, but until this low goes, GBP USD remains internally what? Bullish, and we look to play in the direction of this internal high. Okay, there you have it, our top 3 forex pairs for this week. So if you've gotten any value and want to see more of these weekly chart analysis videos, leave a like to this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on your notification button, and you'll be notified of our future videos.